Demon King of Heretics, Ahriman le Méchant. And we're just gonna, pretend like this is the right size. Okay. Yeah, so just gonna Okay. 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 Yeah. Good enough. Good enough. So hello there. I again am your Demon King of Heretics, Ahriman le Méchant. And today we're gonna be playing Please Be Happy again. I have been waiting a week again to play this again.
Oh yeah, that's what happened.
I saved here, right? Yeah, I did. Okay. So let's, without further ado. Oh wait, yeah. Actually, it's snowing right now, so that bodes well for me right now. And we're gonna keep going. It's muted, isn't it? It's muted. It's absolutely muted. Hold up a second. There we go. Okay. We're good. We're good. Now, let's go. Also, that little experiment I mentioned, I have a monitor right over here, another one other than my laptop, so I can actually read chat and see what I'm doing, and not have it be in front of the game screen, so I don't have to keep minimizing and going back and forth, So I've streamlined things a little bit, like a real streamer, I guess. The morning of my first day of work, I wake up extra early, at least an hour before Aspen will be here. I creep through the house so Juliet can't hear me, and slip out the front door. Outside, it's wet. I don't know if it's rain or just the morning dew. There's still more dark than sunlight still, but I can already see that the clouds overhead are gray. Just 2 weeks ago, that would have been cause for concern. Now it's barely worth thinking about. I have somewhere warm to go back to. I start walking, taking a familiar path. Has it really only been 2 weeks? I feel like I've done more living in the past few days than in all of the years before them. Every day, something new, and every evening, something secure. It's a life I could have only ever dreamed about. It scares me how fast I've slipped into it. I spent my whole life alone. I devoted my entire existence to keeping it that way. But now, ever since meeting Aspen and Juliet, I'm not sure I like being on my own quite as much. It feels like I'm losing part of myself, my armor, my defense mechanism, like I'm getting weaker. And maybe that's true, but also, maybe that's okay. Maybe it's okay to let myself be a little more vulnerable. Just a little. There's no one else to be seen on Mount Victoria as I make my way up the path. Instead of going straight to the top, I veer off into the underbrush. I haven't been back to my den since Juliet came and found me. I haven't forgotten the way though. All the rain since then has done a number on the den. It's barely recognizable since most of it collapsed into mud. In other words, it hasn't changed much since the last time I was here. Overhead, the birds chirp in the trees. Maybe they're the ones I fed before.
Morning, birdies. Sorry I don't have anything for you today.
Aw, mijo. Mijo. Party foul, man. It doesn't stop them from asking. Half-heartedly, I try scooping away some of the mud from the mouth of the den, but more just slides down, erasing my progress. Then one of the walls collapses even more, making things worse.
Well, so much for that.
It's well and truly ruined. That's okay though, I don't think I'll be coming back here. Just 2 weeks ago, this was all I had. Now it doesn't feel like anything. Maybe that's okay too. I turn, about to head back to the main path, when there's the rustle of a branch and something comes out of the brush. She walks confidently for a fox. She trots right out of the brushes and crosses in front of me, then freezes mid-step. Her fur is pure silver, except for a patch of black across her face and paws. We lock eyes. Instinctively, I can feel myself prepare to transform so I can greet her as a fox, but I hesitate. Is that still my place? I'd be lying if I called myself a fox now, at least fully. I relax, not having noticed how tense I was. My beads also go cold, although they barely started to heat up.
Hi there.
I say that as a person instead, the same as when greeting the birds. At the sound of my voice, the fox turns tail and runs. She doesn't give it a second thought. 1 second she's there, and the next, she's almost out of sight. I can feel a pull in my chest telling me to run after her. I'm sure I could still catch her if I tried. Of course, I don't. I'm not the kind of person who goes out chasing after foxes anymore. Instead, I watch her disappear. It doesn't take long. Not even the grass rustles behind her. I'm sure I'll still transform into a fox in the future. I love it too much not to. But I have to set some boundaries for myself. Watching her go fills me with a pang of longing, but also confidence. I'm making a choice to live this way. Even if I regret it later, at least I thought about it. At least I'm trying. I make my way back to the trail and up to the top of Mount Victoria. Coming up here never ceases to amaze me. No matter the weather or time of day, the view is always stunning. Right now, it's just me and the breeze. I close my eyes and spread my arms out, letting the wind ripple through my hair and jacket. For a moment, I just let myself go and appreciate how it feels to exist, to be alive and enjoying the breeze. I'm pretty lucky, aren't I? Slowly, I open my eyes again, looking out over the city spread before me. The first time I came up here, I thought it felt kind of small. After all, I can see the whole thing from up here. But now, it strikes me how big it is. How big and how full. There are more people here than there are buildings, and there are plenty of buildings. Humans and fabled, all alive and existing. Up until now, it's been easy for me to forget that people exist just like I do. That they have thoughts and feelings and things that they want, rather than just being problems to solve or obstacles to avoid. Now, I can't help but notice just how alive the world around me is, even at this early hour. I may be alone up here, but there's plenty of activity down in the city. I fumble around in my pockets until I feel the right-sized coin and feed it to the binoculars nearby. I scan over the city, looking for anything that I recognize. Finding the fishing spot is easy, since all I have to do is follow the coast. The whole pier is covered in fishermen. From there, I manage to find the bell house. Its windows are dark, and it doesn't stand out much. I wonder if Aspen will be the first one there again today. After the bell house, I aim the lens at the library. The windows are dark there too, of course, including the window to my room. I pause on that image. Just my window, framed in the middle of the lens. From all the way up here, I can spot a tiny little place that I can call all my own. I stare at it until the shutter clicks and the view goes dark. Just 2 weeks ago, I stood up here and wondered if I'd be better off leaving. I'm glad that I have an answer to that now. I turn around and begin the long walk home. The library is still dark when I get back, but I can hear the low murmur of conversation from the kitchen. As I step through the doorway, I find both Aspen and Juliet already seated at the table, waiting for me. Breakfast is already cooked, too. There's a lot more food than usual.
Ah, Miho. Welcome back.
Hi, Juliet.
There you are! We were wondering where you'd gone off to.
Fox things.
Morning! Just went out for a walk. Sorry if you thought I ran away again.
Oh, that's a good point, actually. Aspen shakes her head, pouring herself a cup of coffee as I sit down. Same here, I also have a cup of coffee with me.
The thought crossed my mind, but I didn't really believe it. You've got a big day today, right?
Oh, I mean, you should know, shouldn't you?
You can say that again. Went on my walk just to clear my head.
I hope you're excited too. I'm happy for you, even if I am a teensy bit jealous.
Aspen spoons a tiny scoop of sugar into her coffee and stirs it. Wait, is that how you're supposed to do it? Right, I forgot. She thought you ate the sugar cubes. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's Miho, all right. I'll have to remember in case Juliet ever makes me drink tea again.
A teensy bit of jealousy is a good motivator to work even harder myself.
Yeah, she's got the right idea. All you gotta do is have a little bit of jealousy and a lot of spite. That's how I work, at least. Sort of.
Actually, about that...
Eh?
Juliet, you had better not be about to offer me a job.
Rather the opposite. I have a favor to ask.
Oh, how's that an opposite?
Just for today, do you think you could assist Miho as she gets her bearings?
Oh wait, are we working at the library?
It's getting near my bedtime, and while I'm sure Miho would be able to handle herself, I imagine a helping hand would make things easier.
Oh, alright.
That is, assuming Miho doesn't mind.
I don't think we mind, do we?
Of course not.
Yeah. Both of us look at Aspen expectantly. She bites her lip and tries to hide her smile behind her cup of coffee as she takes a sip.
Well, I suppose I could spare the time.
Oh, what a tune.
Great. But what about the Bell House? You didn't get fired, did you?
Hey, you can't ask a job person that, Miho. Be nice.
They'd go out of business the day they fire me, and they know that. But I enjoy how that's your first assumption.
That's a great attitude to have. Good job, Aspen.
No, I simply swapped shifts with someone, so I don't have to go in until later.
Oh, it's almost like you expected this.
Wow, that's convenient.
You could say so, Miho.
And much to our benefit. Thank you, Aspen.
Don't mention it.
I'm sure we will.
Then, shall we turn our attention to breakfast instead?
Oh, no, I just noticed something. Look,
Oh, I thought you'd never ask.
Chat needs to go. Chat needs to go a little bit more this way. Yeah, this should be good. Right there. There's the usual eggs and toast and fruit, but there are also pancakes and hash browns too! Ooh, pancakes, hash browns, pancakes, hash browns!
You really went all out, huh?
Uh-huh. I like this. I like this a lot, thank you.
I felt today merited a bit of a celebration. Of you, and the start of another chapter of your life.
Thank you, Juliet.
Aw, thanks. It's really all because of you two, though. I'm just...
Oh, quit saying that. You need to give yourself more credit, Miho. We can only try to help show you the path. You're the one who has to follow it.
Whoa, who wrote that?
Nobody. I do occasionally have my own thoughts, you know. Anyway, just accept the compliment and let's eat.
Fine.
Fine, if you insist. We all fill our plates and start to eat. Breakfast is as delicious as always. The pancakes are still warm and dripping with melted butter and syrup, and the hash browns are nice and crispy.
How is it?
Good.
Great! I've never had hash browns that weren't soggy before.
Are they the cubes or the strings, I wonder? I wish we could ask her. I wish we could ask Miho if they are strings or cubes. The strings are better. Sometimes that's because they were leftovers I scavenge, but sometimes even when they're fresh.
I'll be sure to remember you like them this way. And the
Aspen made
pancakes you made are delightful, Aspen.
That reminds me, yesterday I actually made pancakes, but, well, they were from the box. But a friend of mine actually brought some, some actual maple syrup from Vermont, I think it was. Yeah, actual maple syrup, and it was really good. Lots of butter, lots of syrup, about 4 stacks high. So yeah, I had a really good plate of pancakes yesterday, and I just wanted to brag about that. I didn't share a picture of it, but well, they were tastier than they looked. I can tell you that much. I should really actually make some pancakes from scratch someday. That seems like it'd be really, I don't want to say the word educational or fulfilling or even productive, but it'd be a nice experience to have.
You made these?
I'm surprised that's what you're surprised about, Miho.
Don't sound so shocked. I have to do a lot of baking and prep work at the Bell House.
Just how low is your opinion of her? What the hell?
They're really, really good.
Miho, we don't speak with our mouth full.
Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying them.
Oh, I'm enjoying that smile. I wish I could eat it. As tasty as they are, there ends up being more food than I can eat. Cap. I call Cap. Gimme. I force myself to finish the pancakes, even though I'm full by the time I'm halfway done with them, because I don't want Aspen to take it personally. But eventually I have to throw my fork down in defeat. You coward! You weakling! You weak fox! What the hell? I'm going to scold you. We don't waste food here. We don't. If you gotta make more room in your stomach, do so. If you gotta make your stomach bigger, whatever. I don't care. Just however you do it, you gotta finish those pancakes.
Did you get enough to eat, Miho?
No. No. Make her eat more. Make her eat more.
More than enough. I think I'm set for the rest of the
Liar.
day.
Liar. Give me more. Feed me.
I'm sure you'll feel differently by lunchtime.
Yeah, she's got the right idea.
And there's no greater compliment to the cooks.
The three of us start to clear away the dishes, and I start to feel a little apprehensive as opening time draws near. I've spent enough time in the library to know I don't need to worry too much, but I can't help but be anxious. There are a lot of little details to remember. Not just which books go where, but stuff like names and special requests, too. I already know I'm not going to be the fastest, since I'll just have to copy words and see which one to match, instead of being able to read them. With all the practice and memorization I've done, I'm as ready as I'll ever be. So instead of dwelling on it, I make myself focus on rinsing the dishes, making sure I don't miss any spots. On the other hand, Aspen is positively buzzing with excitement, although I can tell she's trying to hide it. She flits from task to task, straightening things that don't need to be straightened, and tidying up parts of the kitchen that aren't dirty. Well, mood. That's a mood. That's how I get when I'm excited, too. She hums to herself as she goes, sometimes popping up beside me or Juliet. And of course, Juliet herself is the same as ever, calm and stoic. I thought she might be a bit worried about leaving the library in our hands, but considering she leaves it unstaffed most of the time, maybe not. Hello, Raven. How you doing? How's your morning going? Or afternoon, or night, or evening, or even midnight? What's up? Yeah, no, we're playing Please Be Happy. This is a game full of anime girls and girls loving girls, and I really like it so far. And I think the last few days that it's gonna be on sale on Steam, like 10% off. You can get it for about $13, 13 USD. I really recommend it, even though I've only gotten about a couple hours in, seeing as I only play it like an hour a week. I wish I had a little bit more stamina to do this, but if you might have heard, I'm not the best at reading or talking, which is arguably one of the most important things about being a VTuber. But I'm trying. Doing good, sir. How about you? I'm doing good. I had a good breakfast. I had some eggs over rice with a little bit of topping. Yeah. Although, yeah, we just got done with a segment where I just gushed about pancakes. A friend of mine actually brought some maple syrup from Vermont, and it was like the best pancakes I've had in a while, at least. One day I hope to actually make pancakes without the box. Maybe I could actually get started with that today, since I'm going to the store today, since I have work. But yeah, no, I hope you're having a good day. At the very least, I'm determined to not leave the library any worse than when there's nobody running it. Finally, we finish all the cleanup and chores.
Thank you for your assistance. Are you two ready?
3, and yes, we're ready.
Yes, whenever.
Nice energy.
Yep.
Good energy, good energy.
Let's get the two of you set up then.
Woo! 3. Juliet leads us to the front desk, where there's a fresh stack of checkout sheets and a jar of pens, plus the computer for looking things up. Oh god, Miho at a computer. What is she gonna do?
I did a once-over before breakfast to make sure everything was as it should be.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure the two of you know your way around the place by now, and that's really all there is to it.
You know, before she started reading that, I could have sworn I read, I'm sure the two of you know your place by now. And my eyes just completely deleted the way around part. So, mixed feelings, mixed feelings.
And if you feel the need, don't hesitate to wake me.
Oh, that has to be like peak sign of affection from a vampire. Like, usually they don't like being waken up. Or, well, not how we usually wake them up, I suppose.
Don't worry, we'll be fine. I'm like Cinderella. I intend to live my dreams for the precious few hours that I can.
It's morning though. Isn't Cinderella a night thing? Okay, have fun. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I have it set on normal latency, which should be about 30 seconds. So, yeah, no, there's a little bit of delay on chat. My computer hates this as is. I really should save up for a better setup. So we'll see where that notion takes us.
Do you have any questions, Miho? Or anything you'd like to go over again?
I'm fine. I've done all the prep I can.
Good girl.
All right then. If the two of you are all set up, then I'll be off to bed. I'll see you in a few hours.
Have a good sleep.
Good night, Juliet.
Good night.
With a final wave, Juliet goes upstairs and disappears into her room. From behind the desk, Aspen places her hands on her hips and looks around like a queen surveying her kingdom.
And now we wait.
Uh-huh. I take a seat in one of the two chairs and kick my feet back and forth. After pacing around a little bit, Aspen sits down too, twirling a pen between her fingers.
Nervous?
Not really.
A little bit.
Okay. I wonder if I'm a liar or Miho's telling the truth. I don't know.
It's understandable. I was nervous on my first day of work too.
Yeah.
I'm sure everyone is.
Potato Gang rises up. Yeah, no, potatoes are really good. Have you seen that, what was it, Dave Hack's video about using potatoes for stuff? That potato paste fry thing, that looks really good, and I want to try that someday. Gosh, there's a lot of things that I really want to try once I have my own place. Maybe I can do it now, but it'd be a little bit more of a triumph to do it while I'm on my own.
I just don't want to mess anything up. Especially not on my first day.
Relax, it'll be fine. Not that I think you will, but even if you do make a mistake, that's natural.
Right, it's our first day being here. It's also like our second week being a person, so, I mean, it's understandable.
It's how you get better at things. By doing them wrong until you figure out the right way.
Yeah, she has the right idea. Fake it until you make it, I think.
There's not much that can really go wrong, either. It's not like at a restaurant where there are customers paying money and with all kinds of different orders.
Oh, by the way, how's the volume? I meant to ask that before, but...
If it takes you some extra time to find a book or put one away, that's no big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know you're right. but I still worry. I don't want to do such a bad job that Juliet changes her mind about me or something.
Sans trying to eat a book? I think there's not really much you can do to be fired from a library, right? Like, I mean, outside of eating a book or something. Not that I have any experience, mind you.
Are you still worried about that? Juliet adores you. You could burn the whole library down and she'd still let you live in the ashes.
We're her little scrunkly. We're her little scrunkly, guys. Miho and I, we're Juliet's little scrunklies. Let's go!
That'd be closer to what I'm used to, at least.
Right, you and your dramatic backstory.
Daspin, you can't just say that to the main character. What the hell?
My what?
Backstory? Life story? Whatever you want to call it. I'm sorry, I shouldn't make light of it.
Oh, it's fine. I don't mind. Just forget that you think it's interesting.
That's a good point, actually.
I hope someday you understand why.
Huh. I don't even know.
Maybe you'll hear a story that resonates with you and makes you want to know more. Or get to know that person better.
Okay. You meant the setup. Yeah, no. See, a funny story. This is actually supposed to be a gaming laptop, but okay, yeah, let me turn down the game volume a little bit. Here we go. Alright, tell me how this goes. Alright, yeah. But no, this is supposed to be a gaming laptop, but I actually have to use like a third-party program to throttle everything. The MSI Afterburner thing. Yeah, no, it's like minus 300 or so hertz on like the GPU and the clock, but yeah, no, it's supposed to be quotations, supposed to be a gaming laptop. But I feel like the touchscreen laptop I used to have actually did better, and it has like a dent in it, in like the top part, and it still works. But never mind that. She pokes me in the side with her pen.
Like me, when I met you.
Is that a little bit better?
I guess that makes sense.
Adjusting.
Like when I talked to you and Juliet.
Juliet, perhaps. Even I don't know much about her life before she came to Welly. And even that is fuzzy.
And you?
I know this makes me sound like a hypocrite, but there really isn't much to say about my past.
I mean, yeah, you're the only Hume here.
For one thing, I don't have nearly as many years as you two.
All right, yeah, no. Since you're a regular Hume, you like, what, 25, 23? Okay, good. Glad to hear it. Or wait, no, wait. Our species isn't called Hume in this timeline. Okay, it's human, right? Yeah, human. Yeah, no, humans don't really live that long, do they?
But also, I had a boring, normal childhood in a boring, normal town.
Oh gosh, how'd you end up here then?
I went to a boring, normal school for a while before I moved out here, hoping for a change of pace.
Mood, but
now I live a boring, normal life, just in a different city.
you know, this is a game with multiple routes, and Aspen and Julia are like two of them. And I mean, I was thinking about Juliet, but man, I don't know. Let's just move on.
I'll bet I wouldn't think it's boring. I don't even know what a normal town and normal school are like.
Yeah, no. Aspen opens her mouth to say something, but right as she does, the front door opens and Aspen leaps to her feet.
Good morning.
Good morning. The guest, a red-haired human, looks surprised.
Oh, hello. Wasn't aware there was anyone working this early.
Hello. I like your voice, I think.
I'm just helping out today. that Miho here is the library's new daytime caretaker.
Hey, we have a title. We have an actual title.
Hi there.
I wave, but I'm not sure if there's anything else I'm supposed to say. Luckily, Aspen seems to have it covered.
Let us know if there's anything we can do to help.
Ugh. I hate having to say that.
Cool. Congrats, Miho. I'm just here to browse. Thanks, though.
Okay, base customer. Base customer.
Enjoy!
Yeah, no, I don't know if I gave you guys my backstory yet, but... Or, well, my vessel's backstory. But, yeah, no, I work at a... What is it? Convenience store. Like, it's just a step above a gas station. But, well, actually, no. A step above... dollar store. A step above the dollar store. I mean, there's a dollar section, but it's not technically a dollar store, I don't think. It just has dollar in its name. Not gonna really say which is which. They might sue me. But no, I hate every second working there. I'm looking for the first opportunity to get out. But yeah, no, I don't think I was built for customer service. So, yeah, I don't know why I'm in customer service. Or, I do know why, but let's just say I don't like it. Leave it at that. She gives him a bright smile as he walks in and heads to the books before taking her seat again. Yeah, no, I gotta get out. I gotta get out. I'm starting to hate humans. Like, actually.
Good job!
Good job! Good job, Aspen.
Thank you.
Wow, that got dark.
Why don't you greet the next guest?
Oh.
Do I have to do that for everyone who comes in?
Do we?
No, but a smile and greeting never hurt. Although we'll have to keep the volume down.
Oh, I just had an idea. Oh wait, no, I'm cut off. There we go. We're at Miho level.
Right.
The door opens again, and a pair of twin dryads enter. I stand up, my legs feeling just a little shaky.
Hi! Let us know if we can help.
Hi, let us know if we can help! Neither of them speak, but they both smile graciously and nod in acknowledgement as they pass by us. Yeah, they don't hate us! Wait, dryads. Dryads, phase. No, remember tolerance training. Remember tolerance training, Ahriman. Remember tolerance training. Dryads and fabled are not fairies. We've been through this sensitivity training. Dryads and fabled are not fairies.
See? That wasn't so bad, was it?
Oh, if only you knew.
No, but so far no one's needed any help.
True.
Yeah, true.
Let's see who we get next.
We don't have to wait long. A breathless man carrying a stack of books staggers his way over to us.
Do you work here? Can you check these in for me? I'm running late as it is. Thanks.
Oh, god damn it. Oh, god damn it. We just got used to this. No, go. Go. If you're in a hurry, you don't need to spend time here. Go. Go. Before we can even answer, he drops his book on the desk and then hurries back out the door. You forgot your books, sir. Or maybe you're just, okay.
I wonder why he was in such a rush.
Miho, my girl. Sometimes we don't need to know. Sometimes it's better not to ask.
No clue, but I respect him still taking the time to drop off his returns. Do you want to start writing them down?
Oh, okay. He was dropping them off. Okay. I thought he was checking them out. Did he say he was checking them out? Let's check the log. I haven't actually gone to the log yet. Oh, yeah, checking in. Okay. Okay, no. I'm sorry for the hostility, breastless man. No, let's fix this real quick. Nope. There we go. And then we can go like this. Nice. And we're gonna go back to please be happy. Yeah.
Sure.
That doesn't sound bad. That actually sounds fun. Taking a deep breath, I grab the top book and a pen. The title isn't too long, fortunately. Slowly, I start copying the letters down. First a curve, then a straight line, then a loop, then an arch.
Hello, welcome.
Hello, welcome! I didn't even hear the door open this time. If you're a fox, that's pretty mid, mijo. Get good. Hello? As more and more people start to come in, Aspen and I both end up pretty busy. The pile of books that needs to be checked in grows fast, and I have to start taking some of them back to the shelves as I go, just to make space. By using a little chart with the alphabet and numbers on it, I'm able to slowly match the labels on each book to their spot on the shelves. As the library gets busier, though, I start making some educated guesses.
Miho, could you give me a hand, please?
Coming! Over at the desk, the line of people has gotten pretty long. I have no idea what all these people normally did when there wasn't anyone to help them. I shove the rest of the stack I'm carrying into an empty shelf and hurry over to help. After finishing with one guest, she hands me a few handwritten notes with label numbers on them.
Can you go find these? I think one was returned today, so it might not be on the floor yet.
Oh boy, search quest! Search quest!
Also, these ones were checked out in the wrong name, so they need to be corrected on the sheet. These three here are going to be picked up later, but we've been asked to pull them ahead of time, so make sure not to get them mixed up with the others. Okay?
Okay. Okay, I've literally forgotten the last thing you said, but okay.
Got it. Maybe.
Same here, mijo. Same here.
You've got this.
Yeah, hell yeah we do! With a little tear, she goes back to assisting people. I watch for just a moment. She's clearly in her element here. Even with the line growing longer, Aspen doesn't seem to be getting nervous. I can't say the same about myself, though. There's no time to waste. I bounce around the library trying to find the books Aspen wrote down. It takes a while, and I get the instructions mixed up for a few times, but I eventually manage to track them all down. When I bring them up to the desk, the stack of returns has gotten almost as tall as I am, so I start checking them as quickly as I can. Meanwhile, Aspen has moved around to the front to give me more space to write and work.
Alright, let's see.
Huh? That's our girl right there. That's our girl. Oh, maybe I should use that. Oh, you know what? Give me a second. I'm gonna just do a cheeky little bow. There we go. And that should be screenshotted. I thought this was gonna be easy, but it's making my brain feel like soup. Welcome to the club, mijo. My brain's half soup and half smooth. I'm determined to push through it, though, which, even if it takes me forever, which, at this rate, it just might. If Aspen weren't here, I don't know what I'd do, or what I'll even do tomorrow on my own. I can worry about that later, though. For now, I have to keep doing the best I can. She's gripping her pencil closed fist. Look at her. Look at her closed fist. Oh my god, you're precious. You're precious. Book after book, line after line, guest after guest. It gets easier as the day goes on, but I wouldn't say it gets easy. But Aspen and I keep going, and eventually we do start to get things under control and keep the chaos to a minimum. It's tough work, but not too tough. Maybe Aspen was right about something. The more I try it, the more I feel like I can do this. And that's the spirit, mijo. That's the spirit. Chapter 3! Chapter 3! Chapter 3! We made it to Chapter 3 finally! Oh my gosh! How many chapters are there? I'm probably nowhere near the end, but I wonder how many chapters there are. If anyone in chat knows, maybe like comment it. I mean, if you know in the free chat, I mean, that'd be nice, but I'd like to know without spoiling myself. Or maybe don't if you want to play the game. I don't know. Whatever you want to do. Oh, this is actually good to hide the cursor. Neat. Mm-hmm.
Have a nice day.
Have a nice day. Thank you. You too.
Thanks. You too.
Well, if that's not a sign me and Miho are on the same wavelength. The kind old man takes his books under his arms and shuffles out of the library. A whoosh of... Give me a second. You know, I think I'm gonna start doing this. This is a good gimmick. The kind old man takes his books under his arm and shuffles out of the library. A whoosh of cool air passing over me as the door opens and shuts.
Whew. Finally, time for a break.
Break time! Break time! Are we gonna eat? With no one else waiting to be helped, I glanced around at the dozen or so people middling about before plopping myself down onto the cushion that Juliet set up for me behind the desk. Who knew that working could be such hard work? People die if they're killed energy right there. These past few weeks since I started helping out at the library have been a bit of a blur. There's always so much to do. At least most of it is pretty easy, like straightening out furniture or putting things away when they get left out. I don't know what the big deal is. I think it looks better when it's a little messy. Hey, mood! But it's what Juliet asked me to do, so I do it. Talking to patrons, Aspen taught me that word, is getting easier as well. The first few times someone came up to me for help, I was so nervous that I could barely speak. There's so much to remember and still so much to learn. I still don't like talking to people in general, but it feels easier now. I get a little anxious when I see someone blah 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 blah. I get a little anxious when I see someone walking up to the counter, but it's not too bad. Of course, everyone who comes up thinks it's my first day there. Even though I've started to recognize some of the regulars, they never recognize me. Aspen's the only one who comes by every day. Man, we should start... Hey Nanian, welcome to the stream. This is Please Be Happy. This is our main character right here, Miho. I'd ask her to say hi, but I don't know if she's about to say hi. It'd be nice timing if she did, though. Boop. But yeah, no, this is about Miho. She's a fox that got turned into a fox spirit, and she can shapeshift between fox and human. It's a really nice story, and I recommend it. It's about $13 on Steam right now, 10% off. So it's probably gonna be about 15 once the sale's over. I think the sale's still going on, but I could be wrong. But no, I really recommend it if you're curious about it. But it's a how do I describe it? It's a girls' love visual novel from Studio Elan. I hope I'm saying their name right. They've noticed my stream a couple of times, so I really hope I'm saying it right. But yeah, no, I really recommend it. Even though I played through only about 6 hours of it so far. I don't have much stamina, so we'll give Miho a little boop again, and then continue with the story. What I didn't expect was the hardest part would be checking out books to people. Oh yeah, she's also illiterate, by the way, because Fox, you know. But no, gosh, I didn't think that would be the hardest part, Miho. Gee, what a surprise. There's a sheet of paper with a bunch of little boxes in them, and I'm supposed to write the names of each person in the books they're taking. Since I have to copy the letters by hand each time, it takes me a while. If someone has a lot of books, or ones with really long titles, then it takes me even longer. Sometimes people get a little impatient, but I'm going as fast as I can. Mood. You know, actually, I think the demo's free on Steam too. So if you want to give it a try before buying it, I recommend getting the demo first. It goes to chapter 1, I think. So yeah, if you want a taste of what Please Be Happy's like, I recommend downloading the demo first. I personally didn't download the demo, but that's because I wanted to go in as blind as possible. I haven't even listened to the ending song that vtuber. God, I hope I'm saying that right. That vtuber released on release for, well, on game release for this game, because she sang the ending theme for this song. I still haven't listened to it because I want to go again. I want to be as surprised and blown away as possible. So I want the full experience. I'm the sort of guy that if I'm told a certain way to eat a dish, I will take hours to eat the dish the way it was meant to be eaten. I'll even stuff baked Alaska into my mouth when it's still on fire, because that's the way it's supposed to be, I think. But yeah, no, well, TLDR, if you want to check out the game, I recommend checking out the demo first and then possibly buying it. But yeah, no, I'm really enjoying this game right now. So yeah, no. Again, ad infinitum. I might be a broken record, but I really recommend this game. I'm liking it so far. Either way, it makes the days go by faster. I wouldn't really call it fun, but I don't hate it either. Having a bit of money that I earned rather than stole feels surprisingly good too. At least I don't have to worry about someone trying to take it back. I hear the front door open again and look up to greet the new person, like Juliet taught me. It turns out to be a familiar face. My nerves settling a little at that sight of her. Is it?
Hey,
Oh.
Miho.
Game, you can't do that to me. You can't do that to me. I thought you were talking about Lena. Game, please be happy. What? Fine. Okay. Yep. Nope. Yep. Okay. Hi, Aspen. I'll please pretend that I didn't audibly groan at that you weren't okay, please? Oops. Sometimes I forget I'm not supposed to be loud here. Mood. Yeah, no, I guess she doesn't have an indoor voice either, like me.
Hi, Aspen.
I say it again, but quieter. I see, I'll do that then. Good. She comes up to the desk and sets down a couple books that she just checked out. She comes up to the desk and sets down a couple books that she just checked out a few days ago.
Whoa, done already?
I imagine they're either comically thin or comically large. Either one.
One of them I simply couldn't put down because I had to know how the story ends. I was worried it would have a sad conclusion, but the ghost girl becomes real and gets to stay with her girlfriend, and they all live happily ever after.
Ooh.
The other book was unreadable, unfortunately. I won't be trying that author again.
I'm glad you can be honest, Aspen. Thank you.
That's too bad. Should I tell Julia we can get rid of this one?
I don't think that's how libraries work, Miho, but good spirit.
Well, it's not that terrible. I'm sure someone out there could enjoy it, just not me.
Yeah, no mood. I like a few trash books. It's probably like the book equivalent of The Room. Either way.
If you say so.
Unfortunately, I don't think Miho knows what The Room is. So we can't really educate her, can we? Oh, let me move myself since the portrait's moved. It seems to me that Aspen, blah blah blah. It seems to me like if Aspen doesn't like a book, that book must be really bad. Maybe I'll ask Juliet about it later. For now, though, I start copying the titles down onto the returns sheet while Aspen goes off to find new books. She comes right back as I'm finishing up with a small stack in her hands.
You find books as fast as you finish them.
If only I knew exactly what I was looking for this time.
Oh, good. She hands me the pile, and I begin writing the names down. I can feel her watching me as my hand begins to make... I can feel her watching me as my hand makes each slow line.
Say, Miho,
Yeah? I have to finish the letter I'm working on before I can pay attention to Aspen.
yeah? Have you,
Uh-huh. She wrings her hands, looking like she's not sure how to ask her question. Aspen seems to think a lot before she speaks, so I've learned that it's sometimes easier to just make her spit it out.
Just say it. I don't mind.
Okay, maybe a little bit more tact, but that's a good way to do it. Sure enough, her eyes widen, but she stops fidgeting.
have you ever considered learning to read and write? It would probably save you, quite a bit of time.
Miho, this is a good offer. You should do it. I'm gonna whisper into your ear. You should do it. You should take her offer. Take her offer, Miho. No, hey, stop that. I look down at the mess of scribbles on the paper in front of me. Even though I wrote them, they don't mean anything to me. Juliet never seems to have an issue, though, so it's good enough for me.
Not really. I've gotten by fine without it so far.
Miho, you should take her offer. I guarantee you'll be better off with it. You're working in a library. It's a pretty good idea to learn how to read and write.
Oh, come on. You can't keep using that excuse for everything. You've been here for more than a month now.
It's been a month? Miho, we should really learn how to read and write. It'd be a good idea to connect. No, it'd be a good way to connect with both Aspen and Juliet. Hell, it might even make our lives better, you know? Just do it. Just do it. It's good. It's not even an investment. Like, it's a really good idea. We should take the offer. We should take the offer.
Well...
Yeah, take the offer. She does have a point there. I told myself so many times that I was going to stop letting my past define me. But still, reading and writing? It would be useful, it's true. With so many letters, though, it seems like a lot of work. I'm already doing a lot of work as is.
I don't even know how to start doing that.
Oh, it's simple. You just get... I mean, you've already been learning how to write-ish. I mean, copy, but... Hey, copy is the, basis of learning.
I'd be happy to help you, and I'm sure Juliet would too. She'd be delighted if you picked it up.
Yeah. It'd be a good way to bond with both of them, Miho. You should really do it. Her usually quiet voice starts to raise, only adding to my doubts.
I'll think about it, I guess.
That's probably the closest we're gonna get for a little while.
No,
I'll say-
I won't take no for an answer.
Aspen, we gotta get her to dip her toes into the water, okay? We can't really push her. This poor little thing has fluff behind her ears. We can't really push her to learn to read and write overnight. We gotta take baby steps, Aspen.
I'll do some research when I get home and bring some materials later. We can make a lesson plan and a schedule and...
Whoa. Don't I get any say in this?
Aspen, you're coming on a little strong. At this point, you're gonna turn Miho into an anti-vaxxer. As soon as I said it, that joke didn't feel like it landed as well as it should have. Okay.
You didn't say no, and that's enough for me.
Aspen, that's not how this works. Aspen.
Oh, but that isn't what I came here to talk to you about.
Well, great, but it's gonna be something we think about for a while. Thanks, Aspen.
Aren't you here to get books?
Wait, isn't that what you're here to do?
Right, that too. But anyway...
Uh-huh. Aspen reaches into her purse and pulls out a slightly crumpled flyer, which she hands to me. Looking at the glossy cover, it's covered in pictures of little vases and statues and other old-looking things.
There's an exhibition at Te Papa about Korean history and culture, for a limited time only.
Uh-huh. Did they... Hang on. Gotta go to the log. Did they...
There's an exhibition at Te Papa about Korean history and culture, for a limited time only.
An exhibit at your dad?
Huh? Miho, what? Oh. Okay, I get it.
No, it's our biggest museum. Te Papa is one of the most interesting places in Wellington, perhaps even New Zealand as a whole.
Okay, so New Zealand exists as a landmass. That's good to know. This game still hasn't expanded on this underworld thing. I don't know where that's going, and I don't know how the... I need a globe. Give me a globe, Aspen. I need to know what's going on here. But no, I've got a... Oh, yeah, that reminds me. A couple days ago, I actually managed to remember to look at a map of Wellington. And I actually found, like, the places that the Bell House and the library were based off of. I even got to see Cuba Street. So there's that. I might actually have to map out Te Papa, too. Or its real-life counterpart.
You can enter for free, so that isn't a concern.
Free.
Look, there's even a map of how to get there on the back.
Miho, do we know how to read maps? After I flip the flyer over, she points to a map of Wellington that's very similar to the one I used on my first... She can read maps! She can read maps, guys! Guys, she can read maps! Oh my god! Oh my god, yeah! Okay, this is... Well, she could do that before she got here, but man, that's progress, that's good progress. Good job, Miho.
This is the Bell House, so you just go up this road.
I know that she explains, but it isn't really necessary. I may not be able to read, but at least I can use a map. Way to drive the point home, Miho, thank you.
Anyway, it's only open when I'm at work, so I won't be able to join you.
I think we can guide ourselves through it. Wait. Knock on wood, but I think we can guide ourselves through it. Maybe.
But I imagine you might appreciate having some time to yourself, too.
That too.
Now that you mention it... Yeah...
It's been a long time since I've really had a moment to myself. Other than when I need to go to bed, I'm always around Aspen or Juliet, or the patrons at the library. She learned that word, by the way. That's another big change in me. I'm noticing them more and more these days.
I'll check it out. Thanks. Maybe they'll have something that can help me find my person.
Aspen smiles, but it's a thin smile. Like once again she's holding back from saying something. This time, however, she doesn't give me a chance to make her say it.
Perhaps, yes.
Uh-huh.
Right, well, I need to get back to work. My break will be over soon.
Why do I feel like she's hiding something? You're awfully sussy today, Aspen.
I just wanted to pick these up so I have something to read during any downtime at my shift. I'll see you this evening after I look up some reading resources. Tell Juliet I said hello.
You know, I wonder what is going on between those two. Like, sometimes Aspen eats breakfast at Juliet's place. She has a house, right? Does Aspen have a house? Does she have a place to stay? Is she homeless?
Will do. Bye.
Gosh, so many questions. With a smile, Aspen blows a kiss, then quickly spins around and heads out the door, leaving me standing about with the flyer in my hands. Ayo, Aspen, what? Without any patrons waiting around, I take a closer look at some of the artifacts on the pages. Most are cracked and worn with age, but have a little color to them. A couple have writing on them that I can tell is a different language from the one I've been getting used to copying here. In a way, they seem kind of familiar. Not just familiar, but nostalgic. Like they're related to a memory that's just out of reach. I don't know if it'll bring me answers, but maybe there'll be something interesting to see.
Hiya. I've got these to check out, please.
We'll be with you in just a minute. I quickly tucked the pamphlet into one of my pockets, turning to greet the young boy eagerly waiting at the counter with several books to check out. Uh-huh.
You got it.
You got it. I lift the first book off the stack and slowly begin my process. Maybe Aspen's lessons won't be bad after all. Yeah, you should totally do it. You should totally do it, Miho. Take the lessons. Take the lessons. Take the lessons. There we go. I'll just return over here. Closing time finally comes around, with the patrons slowly trickling out. Some of them linger for a while, making their final selections before bringing them up to the counter. Fortunately, Juliet's here to help me, or it'd take all night to get through the line of people waiting.
Thank you very much, Miss Callahan. We'll see you next time.
Hey. Did you forget the Mick? Didn't you forget the Mick? McCallahan. Did she say the Mick?
Thank you very much, Miss Callahan. We'll see you next time. Thank you very much, Miss Callahan. We'll see you next time.
She did.
Oh, Dottie. Glad to see you're still reading Pullman. Only one left to go in the series.
Okay.
Bye-bye, Abdul. Bye-bye, Jamar.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys. In the time it takes me to finish writing down one person's checkouts, Juliet can get through 5. Oh, hey, blah. But in the time it takes me to finish writing down one person's checkout... Oh, we can do that. In the time it takes me to finish writing down one person's checkouts, Juliet can get through 5. She even knows everyone by name, as well as their reading habits. That always impresses me. How does she keep track of them all? We finally managed to get through everyone, a sigh of relief escaping as the last patron heads out.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, hi, Aspen. My ears prick up at the sound of Aspen's voice as the patron holds the door open for her.
Sorry, we're closed.
You brat. Oh wait, maybe I should go up a little. No, since I am a little bit taller. Aspen hesitates for a moment as she walks up to the desk, but then she laughs.
You almost had me for a moment.
I collapse onto my cushion while Juliet puts everything away under the desk.
Excellent work today, Miho. You're getting better and better.
Am I? It doesn't really feel like it.
Well, at least we're not struggling, I think.
It can be hard to notice your own progress sometimes, but I promise it's there.
And it's only going to get better. Look what I brought.
Oh. Gifts.
Are those?
Wait, oops. Forgot to read. She wraps her knuckles against the pile of thin books she brought with her. There's also a small bag that rattles when she moves it.
Are those?
Are they?
Yes, they're the phonic books I said I'd bring by.
Miho, you're gonna be a real girl.
Phonics? Why, Miho? Have you decided to learn to read?
Yes. Asterisk. Asterisk being... Well, actually, no. Asterisk and double asterisk. Asterisk 1. Juliet kind of coerced her to it. Okay. Hey, Nerdlin, how you doing? Audio check. Seems kind of low to me, but I might be tripping. Yeah, I have it... I think I have it set pretty low. Here, let me turn it up just a little bit. Here we go. Let's go about 8-ish. And then just a little bit higher for the mic. Is that a little bit better? Yeah, no. Also, Juliet looks incredibly cute. Yeah, no, she is incredibly cute. Perfect. I really like her. She's really cute, really nice, and she's a good cook. I like her. She's also a vampire. She's also a vampire, by the way. We haven't seen her fangs yet, but we're fang buddies, I think. Also, she might be well, Aspen at least is gonna teach Miho how to read, which is our character right here. Say hi to Miho. Yeah. They're all really cute. I love the character designs here. They're all adorable. Like Aspen's so pretty. I love that little braid there. Her glasses too. Those are super cute. Also, oh, by the way, in the art book, there's a page where these three have an outfit swap. Miho's wearing Juliet's outfit. Juliet's wearing Aspen's outfit. And Aspen's wearing Miho's outfit, and it's so cute. I don't know if it exists outside of the art book in the Patreon where it came from. Hold on, I have it right here. Let's see. Yeah, August 2021. Yep. Juliet's in Aspen's clothes. Aspen is in Miho's, and Miho is in Juliet's. And they're adorable. Yes, absolute perfection. Oh my god, you really need to see it. If I actually find a good, like, an actual proper way for you guys to see it, I want you to see it. I need you to perceive it, because it's, I literally screamed the first time I saw it. And I'm trying not to get so excited that I accidentally spit on the art book. It's really hard, so I have to hold it like arm's length. I don't know if you can tell, but oh my god, this art book was so worth it. Also there's Lena in here, and oh my god, she's adorable. She's just adorable. Oh my god. Adirosa, if you ever see this, you are a genius, and I love it. I love it so much. Also, the rest of the illustrations in here are so cute. Oh wait. Hang on. We see Juliet's fangs in one of these arts. Oh my god! I just realized that. Oh my gosh. Oh. Okay, let's let's keep going before I get a little bit too derailed. Well, more derailed as I already got.
Well, Aspen decided for me,
Yeah.
but I guess so.
Yep, yeah, Miho's right. Yeah, I know. I pick up one of the books from Aspen's pile. The words on it are big and written in a very simple style, and so are the pictures that go along with it. Oh god, she got elementary school books. I've spent enough time I've spent enough time in the library to recognize that these kind of books are meant for little kids. But I guess that's what I need, isn't it? It's embarrassing, but maybe I can just use that as motivation to learn faster. And if I end up hating it, I can just quit. I can't recommend that. I really can't recommend that. You might want to learn how to read. And if this is what we have to do to learn to read, it might actually be worth it, okay? So just hang on. Like always, I have the option of running away from something I don't like. Still holding the book, I look up to see Juliet and Aspen both watching me, waiting to see what I'll say. I take a deep breath and then smile. Okay, have a good one. Thanks. Yeah, no, I hope you properly get to see me someday. I think I'll be... Yeah, no, I have another stream tomorrow, and I still need to figure out what I'll do for next week. But eventually.
So, how do I start?
Both of them break into a grin as well.
I have just the thing. Come with me.
What do you have? Aspen's so eager that she barely waits for Juliet and I to step out from the counter before leading us to a table beside the aisles of books. Guessing that I'll be here for a while, I pull up a seat while a curious Juliet hovers over my shoulder. She sits down and begins unpacking the bag she brought onto the table, turning out to be a bunch of pens and pencils. She hands me one before placing a small workbook in front of me. Hey, be fair, Aspen. You gotta give Juliet one, okay?
Let's start with the alphabet. Juliet, would you mind? Your handwriting is much better than mine.
Mood.
Gladly.
Oh. There we go. Realizing she's going to be a part of this, she quickly takes a seat to my other side and selects a sleek black pen. Opening the books, she brings her pen to one of the blank lines.
So, to begin with, this is the letter A.
A is for apple. Apple. Can you say apple, mijo? Apple. The two of them take turns going through the different letters of the alphabet, showing me how to write them. Although I have a hard time remembering which is which, I pick up the writing part pretty fast, since I've had a lot of experience at work already. Each of them writes an example letter at the top of my paper first, before I take my turn to try it. Juliet's handwriting is very precise and clean, and reminds me of something you'd see on an advertisement or book. Aspen's, on the other hand, is almost as messy as mine. Sometimes I'm not sure she's even writing the same letters as Juliet and I. After we get through the whole alphabet, they quiz me by holding up cards with different letters and asking me to name them. I get a lot of them wrong, but I do get a lot of them right too. That's progress, that's progress, mijo. Good job. When Aspen finally calls it quits for the night, I'm a little bit disappointed.
So, how do you feel? I think you made very good progress for this being your first night.
Yeah.
Indeed. You should be proud of yourself, Miho.
Maybe I can try this. There we go. I can't keep a little smile off my face. Maybe I am a little proud.
It was more fun than I thought it'd be.
Oh, this is
It
working
was tough at first,
way better than
but
I thought it would.
I think I'm getting the hang of it.
You certainly are.
Thank you, Juliet.
Yes, if you work on it a little bit each night, I'm sure you'll make great progress.
The workbook...
Do you think I could learn to read by the end of this week?
The workbook that Aspen gave me already has a few pages complete because of how fast we were going.
Do you think I could learn to read by the end of this week?
A fat chance, mijo, but good spirit. The look that the two of them exchange tells me my answer. Poor mijo, poor mijo.
Well...
Not that quickly, I'm afraid. Even for the fastest learners, it still takes a few months to make much progress in reading.
Well, that's nothing a time skip or two can't fix.
Going by how quickly you picked this much up, though, I think you'll do just fine.
She praises us.
Oh, I see.
Hey, don't be discouraged, mijo. We're doing good. I'd been expecting this to take a few nights at most, but months? That's a lot longer than I was anticipating. I must look disappointed because Aspen frowns and leans forward.
Don't worry, I'm sure that time will fly by. As long as you're getting a little better every day, you'll be able to notice the results soon.
That's the spirit. Thanks, Aspen.
Here, why don't you try this?
Uh-huh. Aspen gets up from the desk and maneuvers behind me, putting her hand on top of mine. It's a little shaky, and I notice her face is red as she makes a point not to look at me. I almost jerk it away out of instinct, but keep my cool instead. I'm not used to people touching me, but I know that with Aspen, it's just a friendly gesture.
Here, follow these lines.
Uh-huh. She gently guides my hand up and down the paper, slowly forming the letters on the page with me. After 4 letters, she stops and scurries back to her chair. Juliet's snort of amusement from my side only confuses me further. Yeah, no, what was the point of that? Were you just trying to scare the poor little fox? Don't bully the fox. Don't bully the fox, Aspen.
read what that says?
Huh? I look down. The word on the page looks familiar. I squeeze my eyes shut, picturing the cards that they were holding up and what each letter sounded like. Oh, I see what she's doing. Okay.
Miho!
Miho! Yeah, you can read your name now! Miho! With a jolt, I realize it's my own name. Juliet and Aspen both clapped excitedly, a blush forming on my cheeks.
Yes!
Good job! Good job, Miho! Good job!
You did it!
Yeah, good job, Miho. I still can't shake the feeling that it's kind of embarrassing to have them cheer me on for something so simple. No, it's like that, don't worry about it. Looking down at the paper with my name on it though, I have to smile a little too. This is the first time I've written my own name, even if I did have Aspen's help. It's the first time I've read it myself too. I stare at it intently, committing the shape of those letters and the motions to make them into my memory. I've used so many names in my life, but for some reason, this one feels a bit special. Just for good measure, I write it down a few more times to practice. Each time, it gets a little bit less shaky and more legible.
Thank you. Seriously.
Thank you, Aspen. Even if this wasn't my idea to start with, it feels like a new milestone in my life already. The start of something else that's new. I can add that to the list.
It's our pleasure.
Right. Especially since, I did kind of force you into it.
No. All's well that ends well, Aspen. Thank you.
It's okay. Turns out I need people to make me do stuff sometimes.
Mood. That's a mood, Miho.
I'm certainly good at that. You'll have to wait until tomorrow for more, though. I've already stayed a bit too late as it is.
Huh. Wait, what time is
Oh
it?
my, I hadn't even noticed the time. It sure did fly by, didn't it?
Yeah, I suppose. As she gets up to leave, Juliet and I take to our feet as well. Before realizing it, I let out a yawn. Come on, do a thing. Oh, right.
I'll leave all this stuff with you, Miho, so you can study at your own pace. I'll try to come by at nights as well to help you practice.
Oh, nice.
And you're always welcome to ask me for advice too.
Well, it's good to know that I have two bookworms by my side. Thanks, guys.
Thanks. I'm gonna practice during work too, when I don't have anything else to do.
Oh, you'll have plenty of practice, Miho. Don't worry about it.
That sounds wonderful. Good night, you two. Thanks for having me over.
Bye, Aspen.
Bye-bye, Aspen.
Good night, Aspen. We'll see you soon.
With her trademark smile and wave, Aspen leaves the library. The two of us watch her go as she heads out into the night's darkness outside.
I imagine you must be tired too, right?
Yeah. Now that you mention it, I really am.
Yeah, no, learning can do that to you, Miho. My hands are sore from all the writing, and my palm is covered gray with smeared pencil lead and ink. Yeah.
Can't believe that wore me out.
Well, you did use your brain. You did use your brain, and that's a little bit tiring, I can admit.
You had a full day of work too.
That too.
You should get some rest. I'll finish cleaning up and preparing for tomorrow.
Are you sure? I didn't really do many of my chores today.
Little steps. Baby steps, Miho. Baby steps.
I'm certain. Go on, go to bed.
Hold up. Secretly glad to be heading to bed rather than doing more work, I start to head out. As I look back, Juliet playfully waves me out of the room.
Good night. And thanks again.
You're always welcome, Miho. Have a good night.
With a pause for another yawn, I stretch and head up the stairs. I'm going to sleep well tonight. There we go. As I lie in bed and wait for sleep to take me, I reflect on my day like always. Today was a good day. I've accomplished a lot and I feel proud of myself. I can tell that Juliet and Aspen are proud of me too. That's taken some getting used to. It still weirds me out to think that people care about me, that they think of me even when I'm not around them. They're excited for me, about things that don't affect them. It's weird, but in a good way. Now that I think about it, it's been a while since I had a bad day. Knock on wood, mijo, knock on wood. We don't knock on wood here. The shock and uneasiness of having a safe place to live and a stable life have worn off, and my daily routine has become just that. Routine. I thought I'd never get used to things like this, that they'd never be real for me. Well, it turns out I was wrong. Rather than constantly overthink everything, I've gotten better at just going with the flow. I think that's something to be proud of, too. Rolling onto my side, I look around my room. It hasn't changed too much since I moved in, but it still feels distinctly mine. This isn't just a space that I happen to be in. Smiling, I close my eyes and roll onto my other side. Just when did I become so sentimental? It's hard to say, but maybe that's okay too. I don't mind who I am right now, and my friends don't either. That's enough for me. With peaceful thoughts like that drifting through my mind, I also drift off to sleep. Work's been quiet today, with only a handful of patrons coming in at all. The few still here keep to themselves, quietly reading and browsing the aisles. I'd normally be bored on a day like this. Wait a minute. There we go. It's a good thing I have something new to keep me occupied during my downtime then. A few of the worksheets and books that Aspen gave me yesterday are spread out on the desk, out of the way of our guests, but still where I can see them. Whenever I get a few minutes to myself, I practice writing letters or memorizing their sounds. When I have to write down titles that are being checked out, I pay more attention to what exactly I'm writing. I'm pleased to notice that it goes faster now than what it did before. I still have a long way to go, but I can feel myself making progress. I still have a long way to go, but I can feel myself making progress with every word I finish. That sense of pride helps motivate me to keep trying. Even when I'm away from the desk, tidying things up or putting books away, I try to think about letters and words. It's nice to have something to focus on, rather than just trying to find ways to fill the hours. Just as I settle back down to work after a quick lunch, Juliet comes down from her room with a folded parasol in hand. With a calm nod at greeting, she walks up and joins me behind the desk.
Hey, you're up early.
Yeah. I thought vampires were allergic to the sunshine, but maybe that parasol helps.
Yes, I had some daylight errands to attend to. How are you doing, Miho?
We're working.
Great. Check it out.
I show her one of my worksheets, which was really just a blank piece of paper. On it, I've written my name over and over to practice. The first few, okay, most of them, are fairly messy. I think I get the hang of it by the end of the page though, and those ones are more legible. I offer the paper to Juliet, who looks over it with a smile.
Great job! I'm very proud of you.
Ah, you got praise!
Thanks. I'm proud of me too. What kind of errands are you running? Need any help?
You're still working, Miho. You're still on shift.
Not this time. I'm just making a couple deliveries that can't wait until the evening. Will you be alright here by yourself?
I think we will.
Yep. I think I've got the hang of everything by now.
I'm pretty used to handling my duties on my own. If there was ever a problem, it wouldn't be hard to go find Juliet to get her help. That hasn't happened yet, thankfully. Knock on wood, Juliet. Miho. Knock on wood, Miho.
Excellent. I know I've said it before, but you've been a great help around the library. I appreciate your hard work.
Oh, it's not that hard. Besides, it gives me something to do.
Yep.
That's nice to hear. But don't forget to take some time for yourself and have fun every now and then, though.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's where these hobbies come in, right? I think that's some advice that Juliet should follow more often, but I keep that opinion to myself. Oh, she's growing up. She can be snarky.
I will. Actually, I'm going to the museum after this.
Museum time. It's museum time, guys.
Aspen told me there's an exhibit all about Korea going on there. So, I'm hoping maybe I'll learn something useful.
Useful?
Useful?
Yeah, like about my person.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I see.
Why do you sound like that, Juliet? Juliet gives me the same small smile that Aspen did when I mentioned my person yesterday. Oh, you know, I think I might be catching wind of something here. Our person was human, weren't they? Note how I used the past tense. I know they think it's probably hopeless, but I can't give up. I don't understand how they don't understand, since both of them always talk about caring for those close to you and making lasting bonds. Still, Aspen and Juliet have both done too much for me to hold that against them.
Well, I wish you the very best of luck. You know you can always ask me for help if you need any.
Yeah, no, I think I know where they're going with this. Okay. Pat pat, Miho. Pat pat.
I know. Thanks.
Thank you.
Anytime. I'm going to head out now, but I'll make sure to come back early enough for you to go to Tip Papa.
Sounds good. I'll keep studying and working until then. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye, Juliet.
Goodbye, Miho.
As Juliet goes out the front door, she pops her parasol open to protect her from the sun, then strolls out and joins the day's crowd. I stare at the now closed door, thinking, I wonder if Aspen and Juliet have ever felt the same way about someone as I have my person. It's a hard feeling to describe. It's something warm. I may have forgotten a lot over the years, but I've never forgotten their face or voice, or the way they smelled, like charcoal and paint. All those things are too important to forget. It's kept me going my whole life, been my entire reason for existence, at least until arriving in Wellington anyway. Even with my new life here, I can't just abandon my old one, not entirely. Maybe they just don't know how much it means to me. I couldn't blame them, since I've told them all about how little I care about everything else. Maybe they think it's a hobby, something to pursue when I have nothing else to do. But even here in the library, surrounded by friends and busying myself with my job, not a day goes by where I don't think of that forest back in Korea and my person. It's okay if Aspen and Juliet don't understand. They don't need to. It's more important to me, and that's all that matters. So far, they've supported me in whatever I do. In fact, when I think about those two, I feel a similar way as when I think about my person. That warm, safe feeling. It's not exactly the same, but it's close. I don't think that's a coincidence. There have been lots of new feelings that I don't quite have words for. Like so many other parts of myself, I'm still figuring them out. That may take time, but I have plenty of it. Realizing that I've zoned out, I pull myself away from my thoughts and get back to focusing on work and studying. I may have lots of time, but I need to make sure I use it well. Oh, map time? Map time! Is it map time? Map time! Map time! Map time! Map time? Not map time. Only an hour or two later, I look up from my work to see Juliet returning from her errands. Folding up her parasol, she soon joins me at the front desk again.
Hello again, Miho. I tried to hurry back so you'd have plenty of time at the museum.
Museum time.
You can go ahead and head off. I can handle the library for the rest of the day.
Thank you, Juliet. See ya.
Cool, thanks. I tried to clean up and do as much as I could before you got back.
Okay, good girl, Miho. Pat, 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 pat there, pat, pat.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Enjoy yourself. You'll have to tell me all about it when you get back.
Will do.
I put away my study materials in my room, and then with a big thumbs up to Juliet, leave the library. Let's go.
Fresh air again.
Yeah. Since I've been spending so much time inside since I started working, my walks and time outside are more refreshing than they used to be. The birds singing sound prettier, the scent of food wafting up from the town smells tastier, and I'll bet even the grass would feel softer if I was in my fox form to feel it. It's been a long time since I've transformed, now that I think about it. I need to stay focused for today, though. With the museum as the only thing on my mind, I pick up my pace as I walk into Wellington, heading along the now familiar streets. I pass by the Bell House and glance inside, but I don't see Aspen. She mentioned she'd be working late today, so she must be in the back, maybe on a break. I followed the directions she gave me yesterday until I reached the building that has to be my destination. It's big, with parts that go off in all different directions. Near the front, there are two sections flanking the entrance. One is round and tan, while the other is made of darker stone and looks more blocky. It's a bit intimidating, but seeing a few people heading in and out is reassuring. Taking a breath to steady myself, I stride on up. The entrance has a huge glass ceiling, with glass doors that slide open when I approach. I don't even have to pay or sneak in.
Whoa.
Whoa is right. Whoa is right, Miho. The moment I step inside, I can safely say that I've never been in a place like this before. It looked big from the outside, but from the inside, it's huge.
How am I gonna find the crane exhibit?
I mean, you have been learning how to read, Miho. I don't even know where to look first. Different paths lead to different types of displays, and I can see floors and elevators going all the way to the top. A family walks by me following a big arrow that points deeper into the building. Without any better ideas, I decide to take the same route. I'm sure I could ask someone where the exhibit is, but I'll look around on my own first. If I can't find it for a while, then I'll ask for help. Good Miho, good Miho, good Miho. You're not like the people that don't even try to look. Good Miho. You get another pat pat for that. I start to wonder about inside. Blah, blah. I start to wander about once inside, looking for anything I might recognize from Korea. To my surprise, there's plenty of other exhibits that also end up catching my eye. In one section, a variety of sea life. Fish, turtles, and others, hang from the wires above everything else. They're so lifelike that I think they're real animals at first, but after staring closely, I can see they're just models. Another part of the museum is filled with skeletons of what look like giant monsters. I can't even imagine what kind of creatures they once were. Maybe dragons? You know, I think she was talking about dinosaurs, but knowing that this place has an underworld and fabled, I have my doubts. Spotting a panel with some illustrations, I skip over for a quick look. They aren't dragons, but they look awfully close. I've only seen a dragon once or twice in my life, but I've never seen one of these. Yeah, no, they're just dinosaurs. Yep. Still, that's a heavy thing to drop there, Miho. Thank you for that. Other sections are dedicated to human and fabled civilizations. There are recreations of old human houses, as well as diagrams showing fairy homes and werewolf dens, plus plenty of others. A tour guide talks to the small group as I walk around, explaining this and that. I go slower through this part, feeling a little nostalgic. I even recognize the human technology and knickknacks from long ago. I had no idea they were old enough to be part of a museum now. There's even a big memorial to the war, showing humans and fabled fighting against one another. At the front is a painting of when the peace treaty was signed, which was the start of humanity and the fabled coexisting. Game, you can't just tease me with this lore, come on! I was around back then, but I stayed out of it. Just like I stayed out of most things. Honestly, the history doesn't interest me too much, but I'm sure Juliet would love to see this. I'm sure she already has at some point. Just when I'm thinking about giving up and asking for help, I finally find what I'm looking for. A large banner with some text that I recognize as Hangul, the Korean writing system, is hanging over a number of display cases and tabletop exhibits. I hurry over to get a closer look. It's quieter up here than it was on some of the lower floors. I'm able to take my time browsing without feeling like I'm getting in anyone's way. At the same time, my heart starts to beat faster with anticipation. I may not know what I'm searching for, but I'm sure I'll know when I see it. At the start, I start at the entrance and slowly make my way through. The first section is full of pottery and carvings, just like the brochure Aspen gave me. There are little animals and people carved out of stone, and even a few made of metal. A number of clay pots and vases sit on pedestals next to them. Most are cracked or damaged, but some look good as new. Moving on to the next part, there are a few intricate-looking outfits adorning mannequins. Some are just pants and a jacket, but most are vividly colored dresses that hang to the floor. I can almost feel the delicate silk in my hands. If I was still a thief, I bet these would sell for a lot. Miho, don't relapse into crime, Fox. After the clothes are paintings. Tigers and birds are common enough subjects, but so are peoples and cities. Others feature gorgeous landscapes and flowers. I've never been a big fan of art, but somehow these are different. Looking at them doesn't make me sad, but it makes me feel something, like I'm wanting something I can't have. Suddenly, it comes to me. A feeling I've heard about, but I don't think I've experienced before. Homesickness. A painting of a green forest could be the one where I was born. I passed through towns that looked like those in the paintings, and hid from humans who looked like the ones shown inside them. Not all the memories are good ones, but they're mine. There's not much I can relate to nowadays in terms of people or places. I have friends now, sure, but I don't have much in common with them. That's never mattered before, but now... I wish I could reach out and touch the paintings before me, just to feel something from the same era as me. Of course, they're behind ropes, which keeps me well back. I reluctantly start to move on again. Just as I do, a certain painting catches my eye. It's small and displayed out of the way in a corner, as if nobody thought it was that important. The edges are jagged and torn, but the crucial part is still there. On one side, there's a fox surrounded by trees and leaves. Its fur is a different color than mine, but it's still clearly a fox. Just across from it is a human-like figure. She's dressed in an outfit similar to the ones I was just admiring, but that's not what stands out the most to me. On her head are two pointy ears and several long, bushy tails peek out from the bottom of her dress. When I look at the fox again, I notice that it also has more than one tail. I breathe in deeply, as if I could inhale the scent of the forest just from this artwork. Another Gumiho? I take in all the details I can. She's smiling, but a sharp fang makes her smile look sinister. The hand at her side has long claws instead of regular fingernails. Claws that are clearly meant for ripping. Whatever she's looking at and smiling at is missing, being part of the torn section. There's just a small part that remains. A pair of boots on the ground, surrounded by the edge of what must be a pool of blood. Only then do I notice the blood around her lips and on the ground beneath her claws. And then the unmistakable bone-white bead hanging from a string around her neck. It's glowing like the moon. I instinctively raise a hand to my own neck, feeling my own bead. It's reassuringly warm to the touch. Somehow, I get the feeling that the one in the painting would be ice cold. This portrait of a Gumiho leaves me conflicted. There's the same longing I've felt looking at the painting of the forest, but those claws and the blood, those feel foreign and detached. Is this how people view Gumiho? It explained the fear and terror that seemed to follow me wherever I went when I was younger. The curses and threats from the farmers and townfolk wherever they saw me. It wasn't until after the war, when the fable became more common in human lands, that I felt comfortable without my ears and tail hidden. Even then, I'd sometimes get dirty looks just for existing. The threats were usually reserved for when I got caught stealing. Still, I've never been like the Gumiho in the painting. Stealing is one thing, but hurting someone? That just isn't me. I wish I'd be able to explain that to them. I wonder how different my life would have been. I tear my eyes away from the painting, but I know I'll be thinking about it for a long time to come. There's no point dwelling on what could have been. I passed through the rest of the Korean exhibit quickly, barely glancing at the artifacts that I haven't seen yet. It isn't until I've nearly left the gallery that I see something that makes me pause again. In a small and unremarkable display case among the many others, there are a number of delicate scrolls. On each one, a few old-style Korean characters are written. I don't think they're Hangul, but I don't know what they're called. They do look familiar, though. I left my own scroll back at home for safekeeping, but I don't need it with me to compare. The sweep of the brushstrokes, the shape of the characters, the shade of the ink. Closing my eyes and breathing in deeply, I swear I can smell them. My person. There we go. I pressed my hand against the glass. This is the closest I've been in hundreds of years. After centuries of looking, I finally...
Hey, no touching!
Yeah, no, I expected that. Oh, I forgot to read. I leap backwards and someone shouts. I look around and see a middle-aged woman wearing a badge and a museum t-shirt stalking towards me angrily. The instincts I thought I buried kicked in. It's time to run. Backing up, I look around for a getaway route, but there isn't one. The one open direction is the one the attendant is approaching from. Think, Miho, think. There has to be a way out of this. Apologize, just say sorry. Maybe if you explain the situation to the attendant, she might be able to help you. She might know something you don't. Could I jump over the displays? No, they're way too tall. Maybe if I transformed, I could get past the attendant. I have no idea how to navigate this building, though, and being a fox would attract way too much attention in a place like this. If I wait for them to get close, then I could probably run right past them like the security guard when I first arrived in Wellington. Heart racing, my panic must show up on my face because they stop a couple meters away from me, frowning.
Hey, it's not that big a deal. Just please keep your hands off in the future.
With a shrug, they turn around, leaving me alone. I guess doing nothing is also an option. It worked. That's it? My hands are shaking as I watch them retreat, expecting them to snap around and come after me. Of course, that doesn't happen, and I'm very slowly able to relax. All I'm left feeling afterwards is a lot of embarrassment. Nobody's around me. I'm glad that there aren't many people in this area. Nobody's looking at me either, whether out of politeness or because they just didn't notice. My face is burning red, and I look down at the scrolls again just to hide it. I sigh. Maybe it was silly to think that I could change myself entirely in such a short time. Considering I'd just been remembering the old days and all the abuse I had went through from humans, it makes some sense. After I settled myself down a little, I turned my attention back to what's really important. While I know these scrolls have to be for my person, they don't help me much on their own. There's a little card in one corner of the case covered in text. It might have something useful written on it, but that doesn't do me any good. I considered trying to copy it all down to have Aspen or Juliet read it to me later, but there's so many words that I'm not sure I could get them all. Come on, you could ask them. That's what the attendants are there for. I gulp, looking over at the museum attendant who I was so scared of just a moment ago. I do have one option. Summoning all my courage, I approach them slowly. They're just a regular person, I remind myself. Like Aspen or Juliet. Or even like me now. Just doing their job. Yeah.
Excuse me?
I hope that's polite enough. As she looks over to me, her face doesn't look annoyed, more bored.
Can I help you?
I'm sorry for touching the glass. I was wondering if you could tell me a bit about those papers, like, who wrote them.
Oh, Miho, Miho, you've grown up so much. Oh, I'm really proud to see you like this. Actually asking for help.
Like I said, it's no big deal. It's just a safety precaution so nothing gets damaged. Anyway, there's an informational plaque in the corner. It should have all those details.
Miho, it's a good time to explain. Would they even believe me if I said I can't read? I worry that might make me even more suspicious.
Can't see very well, and the words are so small. Can you read it for me?
Okay, that works, I suppose.
Oh, sure. Let's see.
There we go. Good enough. That was almost too easy. They don't question or animalize me at all, simply walking over and leaning in next to me.
Says here these were some of the first works by a calligrapher whose name was Jong-in in the 17th century. They were a scholar who lived in Korea and...
The attendant keeps reading, but I'm not listening. I've already gotten what I came for. A name. Jong-in. For the first time, I have something to call them. Something that's unmistakably theirs. I pretend to listen to the rest of what's being read out loud, and thank the person on autopilot once they're done. My head's not here in the present moment. It's back in the forest where I was born. Jong-in. Once they've walked away, I say it out loud, trying to out how it sounds. I think it fits them. Come on. Jong-in. Jong-in. I say it over and over again, making sure I'll never forget. Finally, I have something to go off of. Feeling a little dazed from the enormity of the moment, I find my way downstairs and wander out of the museum. I can't wait to tell Juliet and Aspen. I think we might actually call it a day here. So, we finally found the name of the traveler. Jong-in. I have to write that down so I don't forget. Because I know that if I don't write it down, I'll probably forget. Luckily, I can write just a little bit better than Miho. Jong-in. It'd be nice if I could remember how to write Hangul. But yeah, no, to those of you here, thank you all so much for coming. And to those in the VOD, I hope you all have a good day and good food. I wonder if it's snowing where you guys are right now. Because, again, like I said in the beginning, it's snowing where I am right now. But yeah, no. Thank you all so much for coming. I went a little bit longer than usual, and I'm kind of happy about that. The next time I do, please be happy. I really hope I can do this long again, too. And with the new setup that I have with the monitor and chat on the other screen, I have a little bit less to worry about now. So, yeah, thank you all so much for coming. I'll try to be live tomorrow. We'll see how much work takes out of me tonight. Yeah, no, we'll have Doom tomorrow at around the same time as this. Probably won't have the 15-minute delay, though, thankfully. But we'll see how that goes, okay? So, to those of you who are coming tomorrow, I'll see you tomorrow. And to those of you who might not want to watch Doom, that's fine too. But... oh, hi, Moji! Hi, Mojini! Oh, wow. Oh, gosh, you... Ah, you came in right at the end. Okay, but yeah, no. Yeah, I'll be playing Please Be Happy again next week. Maybe if I get bored, I'll play it again sometime this week, but we'll have to see about that if I'm not busy. Fortunately, I'm almost never busy. So yeah, I hope you guys have a good day, eat some good food, have a good morning, evening, night, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, Ahriman. Yeah, no, timing just doesn't work out, does it, sometimes? But yeah, no. Bye, Ahriman. No. As much as I hate the word, I think very well is my thing now. So, very well. You all have a good day, okay? Bye-bye. Bye-bye.